Alright, it is time for some more Dragonfall. We last left off having had the tragedy of our friend dying, Monica, and returning to the base and having an argument. And now our trolley self is off into Kreuzberg, which is the town we're in, to try and find a Turkish man who's an informant who might know something about the person who paid for our mission. And I assume the little orange thing is our indicator. And this might be the guy? No, I don't think it's Millet Holly. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen tread screens. Tread? Alright. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? I need some tech. I'm on a tight schedule. Show me what you've got. I'm in the market for something exotic. What kinds of tech do you carry? I'm just browsing. Don't mind me. Anything and everything. Need a new deck? Some software perhaps? I'm your girl. She taps a painted fingernail against the molded plastic of her data jack. Or maybe you're a rigger like I am. Perhaps I can interest you in a new drone or two. Okay, I don't want anything this person is selling then. I'm just browsing, don't mind me. What? Okay. Right. Orange. It's been a few days since I last played, so I just have to bring myself up to speed. Who's this David fellow? A pair of brown eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Cruise Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, hoi, Rorax. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. Yeah. She's dead. Just totally be 100% cold about it. I'm sorry, kid, we all are. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was peaceful or it was bloody. I'll just say it like it is. Yeah, look, I don't think I want to be alone right now. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat. Alright, before I go in there, I am gonna look around for other people to talk to. Random girl? What's this? Dancer's bag? Is she gonna tell me off? Yep. Lost 5. Alright. Cool. Who's this guy? Gennari Metbek. What's up, dude? The remaining patriarch is an impressive figure. This enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Seem to be doing really badly reading out loud today. Tavan Baxtail Troll. You're here to conduct some business. If so, I welcome you to Metbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. I like this guy. He deals in guns. I have cash and I need weapons. Show me the goods. I'm here to buy. I just want to see his weapons. Weapons? SMGs. I want a shotgun, right? So here's the shotguns. Street Sweeper. Damage 14. So, if this one is the cheapest and the highest damage, what makes it worse than these? Shotgun, a low-end all-purpose shotgun. Oh, you need a data jack for that one. What's the problem? There's got to be something wrong with them, right? And there's the rifle that I wanted. Yeah. So, let's go with sniper rifle. Current new yen. Yeah, I can't really afford that. I'll wait until I've gone on a mission or two, but I will get that. Thank you very much. And Rorax, you will have the street sweeper. Great, we've already equipped it. I guess because I'm the only one that can equip it. Well, ask this guy some questions as well. See what he knows. I was actually hoping to ask you some questions. You make a purchase, you can ask as many questions as you like. A big enough purchase, and who knows, I might even answer a few. Alright, so... very well, Gidgee. But if you come around again, come with money and come to buy, understand? Oh, I already bought from you. Asshole. And this looks like slums. You're looking for some magic. My friend. Lane, he's a big troll dude. He also looks like the bouncer, so... before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs. Along with a crutch under one arm, his body clinks and hums in every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. I haven't been here long. Or if you know Monica. Sure I know Monica. You one of hers then? I'm Rorax, by the way. Good to meet you, Rorax. My name's Aleski Lane. What's your place in Cruz Bazaar? What do you do here, Mr. Lane? Ache and groan mostly, and try not to bother. Something you should know about Monica. You know something about it? Just what my eyes and ears tell me. I had a feeling, besides, Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? We lost her. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. Cool, cool. So I guess we're going around letting friends know what happened to Monica as well. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you and he wears a severe expression. But there is kindness in his eyes. This guy is a very dapper chap. Guten Tag, Sister Troll. Is there something that I can do for you? I didn't overhear him, but I guess... yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can, such as give me specifics. He clears his throat and begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I have established a shelter where the disposed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for people in Cruz Bazaar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. That is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've got 15 assaulted orcs and trolls from all around the Cruz Bazaar working with me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and to do all of the hundreds of other things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here is value. They are an inspiration to continue forward. She beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that demand my time. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them. Truth be told, people seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are providing less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. You know what? I'll give him $2.50. Because I'm generous like that. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, my friend. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. Aw, sounds like Patron. I'll put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with the blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. It means something. It means a great deal. I'd like to talk to you about organization's policies. You said you worked with 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean the other races aren't welcome to your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people, this is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by society that hates us. So he specifically deals in lifting goblinoids out of their minority position, I guess. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Cruz Bazaar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are not available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? Your use of exclusionary language is telling. Even humans are allowed? Race orc troll, I agree. That giving our people a sense of pride is important, but this isn't the right way of going about it. Race orc troll, I'm with you. If there were more places out there that did what you're doing, there'd be less need for people like me to run the shadows. I think I agree with this one, simply because I believe that there's probably already assistance out there for the other races, and the goblinoids are probably the ones, at least from my character's perspective, who need the most. Because I'm a troll after all. I'm one of them. He offers you a slight smile and nods. It's gratifying to hear you say it. I'm glad you have it. You are on our side. Now, is there anything else that I can help you with? No questions, I'm just passing by. Sweet, sweet. Right, so that's that. Let's go on with the mission. So we're going into this guy's coffee shop to talk to him about things and stuff. Jan Goldschmidt. And I'll take Berg. I feel like I'm just going to be offensive if I even try. Let's talk to Jan. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner, a deep booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. Fine day for a soy calf, yes? It certainly is, Butte. Every day is a fine duh. I've got to run. Every day is a fine duh. I'll toog. From the back of the store, the voice in the soy calf cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day on his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes the soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, old tug, my friend. My friend, I'm just going to start saying it in English, because I am mispronouncing it left, right, and centre. You're as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. Are you going to purr? Yeah, are you going to purr? Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vocate your chair. The shopkeeper claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you and his eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. Have you approached me for a reason? Yes, tell me that Jan Goldschmidt can do for you. Something bad is going to happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. Oh, don't mind dear Altig. Yes, he is a peevish man, but his eye was not directed at you. Goldschmidt grins up from his overstuffed chair. I have the distinction of being the sole target of Altig's rage and derision. It is a badge that I delight in wearing. Why'd you put up with those insults? Put up with them because they amuse me. The fact they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altig, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his soy cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altig? 2 years of soy calf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altig makes money, an ideal business relationship. It all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Until next time, my friend. Altig, the man behind the counter looks right past you, and the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish, and perhaps a coffee for our friend here? Soy calf black, please. Turk looks disgusted very well. Soy calf. He tisks to himself. What? What? Fine. Coffee, as in real coffee? Yes, for individuals of refined taste. I offer genuine bean coffee from the native Turkey. From my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eyes. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top-shelf item, my friend, and not for the general public. Only those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I don't think I'm the sort of person who can appreciate it. Tell me about this Turkish coffee. It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, true delicacy of the sixth world. This was considered a luxury even before the awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere, every street corner, they say. Burke Ghazi leans in close, lowering his voice as a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop have perfumed his body with commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. Alright, you sold me how much? Sure, I'll pay $50 for real coffee. Very good. Burke Ghazi hands you the ceramic travel cup, which he then fills to the brim with dark, steaming liquid. The scent is intoxicating. Is there anything more that I can get you? Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Mr. Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs, seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. I can ask him about Mr. Winters directly. Okay, so he's asking. I'm going to be respectful and talk to him in the same way he's talking to me. Yes, yes, of course, O wise one. Kami, come. Young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Bergazi spits something out in the rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle, I'll see to it right away. And she's cute. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. I really like the art in this game. It's really awesome. Like, even Old Turk looks really, really cool. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. What is this trifle? I'm not your errand girl. I do get job. I get paid. Do we do this for free as leverage? Or do we just straight up say that we want to get paid? Let's ask about the trifle. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data chips to Berlin's fiber optic network, a part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all that live in Cruz Bazaar. The order to maintain how do you say it? Their anonymity, each tap protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. does sound simple. That's it, no catch. There's no catch, I assure you. It's time consuming, a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the taps and come back when you're finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted on top of it. By the time of return, I should have information on Mr. Amsor's request. Cool. Let's go do that. Come, Dante. So we want a metal box with yellow arrows. And it's meant to be out. Oh, okay, right there. Data protocol buffer is now reset. Sweet. So I probably didn't need to go adventuring before because this is probably the quest that's meant to get me to look around the hub. Or task. It's not really a quest, is it? That guy's selling magic. There's the next one. There's a few places I can go to, and I might take a look at those. But after we've done the thing for Altug. Phone rings. Yes, I will totally pick that up. I'm an old, obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. I'm in. How did I read I'm in? Pick up the receiver. Monotone pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shock Wellenreiter contracts for this keys is no more. Rorax is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to keys. Please listen, follow instructions carefully if you're a supporter of our cause. Continually, I'll continue listening. We have phone booths in strategic places throughout the city. Within each one you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it into the matrix ourselves. It's our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought after information returned to this location. So I get paid for finding information that I have no idea who the person is. Alright, I'll just hang up. That sounds dodgy. And I mean, like, of course it sounds dodgy, but I mean as if it could turn out very badly for me if I do actually do that. As you're resetting the data tab, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system and the earplug dangles from the receiver. Put the earplug in your ear. Sure. Sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find that you can make out 2 distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like heavy smoke and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica, need to verify. Good for us. Sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of the machinery. You can make out little other. Think our next step? Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet? Be patient. Sue steps up. Could be someone more. Continue listening. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. The bell rings loudly. Again, it sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of the door slamming shut and the noise of machinery suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic and ringing stops. Nasal woman's voice can be heard again in sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Silence. Her tone changes and becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it was time to make a move yet. What do you think, I am an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree, of course, on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Cruz Bazaar was the only stable because of her. She really is out of the way. Well, we'll see, won't we? Yes, I know, what can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. More machinery. Walk away. So we're looking for a place with machinery and what sounds like people who relied on Monica to keep Cruz Bazaar going. But we've done all three, so we'll go back to Mr. Mans, who sells us $50 coffee. And we'll see what he has to say. What's up, Altug? Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, honoured Effendim. I have no idea what that means. How may I serve you? I have finished with your little trifle, Mr. Burkazi. I guess that's it. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? Not at all. My top taps had been modified. Of course they were. I would be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you are here to stay, Effendim, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tademir always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of the people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. Might be important. Pardon me. Oh ho, tell me, oh listener at Keyholes, what did you hear on the surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. Nasal woman, a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture. News travels fast in Berlin. Those two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about the council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machine. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discover this information, though it is not unexpected. I'll have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. Sounds good. Keep me in the loop. That out of the way, let's return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out from the counter. The menu for Mr. Amsel, uncle. Coming hands you a folded piece of paper inside a memory stick. Please extend my condolences to him. Consolations to him. Death of Miss Schaffer must have hit him hard. Berggazi gives Kami a small nod and she hurries out of the room. When she's gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. If you know how important. Mary stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Mr. Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. I'm having a really bad day when it comes to reading things out loud. Yeesh. So we're going to return this to Amsel, and then I think we're going to call it for this episode. So, let's get back to the safe house with our buddy Dante. And Igor is back there. Paul. Amsel peers at you apprehensively, his eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Oltag. He gave me his memory stick. Let's see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flick back and forth. Berggazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of keys called Drogenkip. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. Something house? It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkip. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over the control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Igor slings her rifle over her shoulder in single spear motion. Get up, people, we have a hotel to raid. I kind of agree with her. Just a moment, Igor. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look into her eye. You're an excellent soldier. Nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Rorax is the right choice to lead this team. What? Don't mistake this decision for reprimand. Monica considered your contribution to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Ega speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put a rookie in charge? Again, she shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Rexus is the reason we're still alive, Ega. She kept us together. She let us out of here in one piece, making her your #1 girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of the flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Ego's voice tightens for a moment. Her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look what that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you this piece of advice. In the field, only 2 things matter, the mission and survival. Everything else is distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Yep. Vega sighs and the tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Rorax, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather she take the lead, I'll abide by that, but I want to hear each of you say it. Well, I kind of want to give Ega the lead. She's clearly, like, way more skilled than I am. Come on, Ega, give it a rest. I have no quarrel with you. This is a waste of time. We should be looking out for Green Winters. I can't have that as an option, unfortunately. This is a waste of time. We should be out looking for Green Winters. That's going to piss her off because she's going to feel like she isn't getting her answers. I'm going to say I have no quarrel with her. You stay out of this. Okay. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Rorax saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a little while longer. Gloria's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment, therefore I trust in Rorax's judgment. Discussion is finished, Ega. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Monica's death deserves vengeance. Over our heads. Keep legacy alive. Be mean to Ega. Well, vengeance does mean finding a solution to everything that's happened because of all that's happened, she's dead. Understatement of the year, Rorax. Someone's gonna pay and pay hard. Gloria nods in agreement. Ega looks from Dietrich to Gloria to Amsel, finally down at Dante, then she sighs. Alright, fine. She shakes her head in exasperation, her voice is heavy with defeat. Looks like the rookie's in charge again. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. We can talk about this more later, Ega. For now, we have more important things to deal with. Yeah, okay. She seemed alright with that response. She wasn't so happy with me just kind of saying I don't have any qualm with her. I've transferred the information that received from Oltag to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Rorax, now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on the machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. I will thank you for the tip. Cool, alright, so, okay, I wasn't expecting this. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When travelling to a new mission, locations, you will be able to choose which members you take on the team to take members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted from emergency medical care. They'll be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to the safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bu Mona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Doctor office and the Cruise Bazaar. Awesome. Alright, so this will be episode 3. Thank you all for watching, and episode 4 will be shortly following. See you soon.